Hello and welcome. My name is Christine Schmitt. I'm co-founder of innopitch, and innopitch is a platform that enables startups to virtually pitch in front of corporate representatives. And today I have a very special guest with me, and I'm very happy to talk to her. She's one of our innopitch supporters. She has been with IBM for more than 26 years, and she's the leader, ecosystem and platform consumer industry at IBM. A very warm welcome, Simone Rohde.
Hello, Christine. Good evening.
Hey, good evening. Simone, innopitch's first virtual pitch event is this Thursday, and you are going to attend and watch the startup pitches. Could you please tell me something about your role and function at IBM?
Of course, that is easy. I worked in key account structures for ages, and 2 years back, my boss and we decided that IBM has a lot of people looking after business partners, but as IBM is transforming more and more back to a technology company, we really need no resellers, but we need solution providers. And so we decided, also under the umbrella of platform ideas, that we need a lot of ISVs and startups and solutions which are industry specific. So I took over the role 2 years ago, approximately, and I focused on travel and transport and on retail and consumer industries. So that is, on one hand, a trend scouting, looking at our ideas, what we want to promote, of course, and on the other hand, of course, getting to know what's really interesting for our clients at the moment from a solution perspective.
Yeah, when you're saying trend scouting, is it right that you also scout startups?
Yeah, well, what is trend scouting? You know, there are a lot of words which you don't know what is really behind it. I think I watched them carefully, yes. This year, I have to say, I focused the first months on retail-specific startups. And yes, it is always the idea whether they could go on our platforms, use our technology, either cloud or AI, and have a benefit in working together. And of course, we have different approaches and entrances to client structures. And what normally startups need is speed and the possibility to scale. So if you bring an innovative solution together with our ability to scale them and to speed them up due to our contacts, that sometimes is a perfect pitch for everybody.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And are there more criteria IBM is looking for when they are, or you are looking for startups?
Yes, there are some, and I think there are, for me, of course, come from a tech company. Of course, I look whether it's a tech-based solution. I look whether it is a person-based business model, or if it is a hardware-oriented business model. For I think it differs so much how you can scale as a startup, dependent on the base business idea. And so normally I fell in love with the tech-based ones. The other ones have crazy ideas, but it is harder to work together from my perspective, from my company's perspective.
Okay, so because you have the impression probably that the scaling is easier with technology startups.
Yes, I'm sorry. We work also with consulting startups, and one of them is also in the innopitch. And it's good to work in the consulting space together, but if you want to have a scale effect also for your technology and for the business model perspective of a startup, I think a tech-based business model is easier to work on and to work with.
Mm-hmm. Concerning the startup you mentioned, it's one of the startups which applied, and the both of us, Simone and me, were talking about the lineup because she's a supporter. And as you probably all know, the supporters have to evaluate the startups before the pitches. And after the evaluation, we start with the 10 best startups into the event. So this is the reason why she already knows the lineup. And
that's true.
Yeah. And let's have a look at the current situation. When we talked on the phone, you told me that IBM, or you at IBM, are trying to emphasize the possibilities that lie in the corona crisis. What exactly do you mean by that?
I think that the disruption through corona enabled new business ideas. And there are samples when people tell me that it would have been 1 or 2 years before they would have thought about an idea like that. But without digitization and other things, their current business model fails. So if you look at that at the moment, there is a chance in the negative for innovation rises through this disruption. And from my perspective, it will stay. It will be a combination of a business model as we had it up to now, and adding new features and have a combination. And I think it's a boost, and you can read everywhere in digitization.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I have a lot of samples in my head where I see now that people are moving faster. And we now, i.e., we discussed a lot about, let's say, another topic, process mining or process automation. And you can do those projects 100% remotely, mm-hmm. right? So these are offers which now stand in a new light. If you look at that, for you're able to do something for your client without being at their sites.
Yeah.
So you have to carefully select what needs to be done and what could help them at the moment. Also to be ready when they start again, right? Yeah. A lot of people are in a kind of a certain lockdown or have special situations. I think we think about coming back to the office end of September at the moment, which is a very, very long time.
It's a long time.
I don't know whether it can go for earlier, but we have to cope with another 2 or 3 months where we don't have 100% the old normal.
Yeah.
So we have to cope with that.
Yeah, yeah. So that would have been my next question. What could corporates and startups do to overcome the crisis and to win customers for the period afterwards? And if I understand it the right way, your answer would be digitization, right?
I think if startups at the moment deliver solutions which affect the cost base of a corporate at the moment, or the efficiency per se, it's a very good timing to promote those solutions together at the moment. Mm-hmm. Where everybody has problems in their revenue schemes, the costs are immense, and whenever you can do something in that triangle together, I think that would be a perfect fit at the moment.
Oh, thank you very much for this insight. And last question, why are you participating in innopitch, Simone?
I think it's a good idea, and I think it's the same as we discussed already, right? You have to bring an international audience together in these times to drive innovation and not just to stop everything, right? I think those digital platforms, will create another substantiability due to the fact that you can source worldwide, right? Yeah. You make those events worldwide. And I think startups at the moment need audience and need people looking at their ideas, judging their ideas, discussing their ideas. And you cannot stop this due to the fact that you cannot meet in person.
Yeah.
So I think it's a very, very good thing to do and to support that.
Thank you very much. Yeah, and vice versa. The corporates, of course, themselves need input for innovation ideas or models as well. So thank you very much, Simone Rohde, for the interview. Thank you and bye-bye.
Thank you, Christina.
Bye.
See you. Bye.